This happens to me more often than not now at my age. I'm 45, I'll be 46 this year. And, after 40, it's a completely different life. How old are you, Omar? 33, yeah, you don't know yet. Let me tell you something, Omar. Like, say you're 39 today and then 40 tomorrow, it's a completely different life you lead. It's like a warranty on a car. Well, the minute you hit 100,000, the transmission falls out. That's what happens. The minute you hit 40, shit breaks out of nowhere. Like, you have to listen to your body after 40. You can't just ignore what your body tells you. When you're young, 33, if I was like, yeah, I'm gonna jump off the stage. If I was 33, I'd be like, don't do it. But then I jump, and then my body would be like, all right, fine. You're 33, you can jump off the stage. But 45, fuck that. If I was like, I'm gonna jump off the stage, my legs would break before I hit the ground. Your body goes, fuck you, asshole. After 40, man, I'll tell you what. When I turned 40, this guy came in and goes, hey, Russell, now that you're 40, remember this. 2 things. After 40, never waste a hard-on and never trust a fart. And the trusting a fart thing is so much more important than you think. Trusting a fart, like when you're young, you can fart for, you're 33, you can just walk around, fromp, 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 fromp. Hey guys, did you hear about the fromp? And then you just keep it fromp, 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 fromp. You could have little fart games if you want. Did they pull my fromp? And then after 40, you don't have the fart freedom that you had before that. After 40, you fart in sections, just you let little bits out at a time. Because you want to make sure it's air. You want to feel it the whole way. Air, 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 air. The minute you feel too much heat, abort. Abort mission. Abort mission. This is not a test.
What do you think's wrong with me? He goes, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm an influencer. What the fuck is an influencer?
Everything that's wrong with this generation is our fault.
I just need one TikTok, man. Let me just check a TikTok, man. That's it. God damn.
I suffer from anxiety. Look at me suffer. Fucking anxiety. How do you get anxiety in your 20s? When I get into my 50s, I'll never be like you. Hello, Ginger Lynn. I haven't seen you in a while. This is haram. I don't want to hear it.
Abu Dhabi! But one day I should have won full.
Let me tell you something about deaf people. And I know this shit secondhand. If a person's been deaf their whole life, from day one to now, their life is just as normal as yours and ours. Because they have nothing to compare it to. So to them, being deaf is the equivalent to us hearing things. The only time they know something is off is when we start fucking with them. And women are the worst at this shit. Because women will walk up to a deaf guy, oh, well, that's sad. Oh, look. Poor guy, he's deaf. And the deaf guy doesn't know what's happening. Like, what happened? There's something on my shirt. And women don't know when to stop. They're like, oh, you should hear music. Deaf guy's like, you should hear nothing. So much better. You gotta figure being deaf can't be that bad. It's gotta have a positive side to it. Say you have a girlfriend. Okay, wait. Say you have my ex-girlfriend. She's giving you shit. You don't know. All you see is... And he's thinking in his head, she's so beautiful when she dances. So much passion. Okay, before you judge me, I see a lot of people uncomfortable and looking at me like you're going to hell with me. Well, you are. Let me tell you how I know about deaf people, all right? Here's how I know. Here's what happened. Here's my story, and this is true. After 10th grade, I got kicked out of regular high school. Regular high school being where most of you probably went to school. Well, I got kicked out. Because I don't know how it works in America, but in Canada, in high school, you earn 8 credits every year. So by the end of 10th grade, you should have 16 credits. Well, I had 7. Actually, I had 5. But I picked up 2 in summer school because I was trying to catch up, right? I did, and so the school I was going to genuinely thought I was slow. Like they thought I was a fucking retard. They just did. They thought, and the only reason I know they thought I was slow, not because they kicked me out and sent me to the retard school. That was obvious. I knew they thought I was slow because I remember the day the guidance counselor called me into the office and started speaking to me. He started speaking to me all slow. Now, I didn't know he thought I was slow. I thought he was slow. And I didn't want to make him feel bad, what with all my fast speech. And he calls me and he's like, Russell. And I'm like, I was like, this guy's fucking retarded. Send him to the other school. So they kicked me out of my school and sent me to the retard school down the street. Now, when I say I went to the retard school down the street, I don't mean my school was fucking retarded. I mean my school, was fucking retarded. Like, if you had anything wrong with you, you went to my school. You were in a wheelchair, you went to my school. You were on crutches, you went to my school. You were blind, you were deaf, you were autistic, you had Tourette's, you had behavioral problems, you went to my school. My school had ramps all over the fucking place. It looked like Tony Hawk designed my school. And in my school, in our cafeteria, we had 1 lunch period for the entire school. One lunch period for the entire school. The whole school was in the cafeteria at once. And it was the best shit you've ever seen in your life. Because everybody with the same shit wrong with them would hang out with each other. Like all the wheelchair kids would roll together. All the blind kids would hang out with each other. I don't even know how the blind kids found each other. All the autistic kids would sit there for 45 minutes just rocking. Fuck you, I had to live this life for 2 years. And everybody in my school knew one thing. Nobody but nobody fucked with the deaf kids. Nobody. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but deaf kids are strong as shit. They are they have the strength of like 14 gorillas, these kids. And the only reason I know this is because one of my homeboys got into a fight with a deaf kid, and that deaf kid beat 37 kinds of shit out of my friend. He just went into this, he just kept wailing on him, just bashing him in the face. And I don't know if it's because he couldn't hear the sound of push, but he just went like berserk into this weird deaf rage. It was like, I don't know if he was lip reading wrong, you know, because my friend was like, stop. I was like, stop telling me, fuck off.
I had a waterbed for 15 years. From the age of 15 to 30, I had a waterbed. Young kid, how old are you, buddy? How old? 19. Well, which is it? Are you aging while we're talking? You just turned 19. Do you know about waterbeds? No, I could see the blank look on your face. Let me explain a waterbed to you, all right? Vince already knows. A waterbed, it's just a giant bladder. It is, it's a giant bladder that you fill up with water, and it has a big, strong wooden frame around it. You need the frame, because if you don't have the frame, the bed's just gonna roll all over the house, right? So it's like one of those squishy toys, you know, the ones you hold and So you need the frame, and the frame has to be strong, right? So it came with these nice, strong frames, and they came in like the same size beds as normal beds, but they were like slightly bigger, you know? Like I had a single, but it was a super single. It was like a single bed, but super. And I had these, it has padding. You may not know this, it had padding that goes right around the bed. I had this gray velvet padding that bumpers around the bed. You need that because it's a solid wooden frame underneath, and you don't want to turn in the middle of the night and catch a side wave and then bang your head, because then they'll make you start sleeping with a helmet, because that's the world we live in, So I had the gray velvet padding, so if you just hit it lightly and then you'd know where you were. And then there was 3 grades of mattress you can get. There was, the best one was motionless. The motionless mattress was the expensive one. That's the one that had a giant sponge running through it, so that way the water wouldn't slosh around. And then they had the semi-motion, which had half a sponge running through it. And then there was the cheapest one, which I had, which was the full motion. And I don't know why you would give a 15-year-old a full motion waterbed. I'm 15, I'm at the height of discovering myself. Every time I would jerk off, it would sound like a tsunami in my bedroom. I'd literally have to wait to catch the wave. And it was loud, like my parents knew every time I was jerking off. He's at it again, he's at it again. And then my dad would be, Russell, what are you doing? And I'd have to cover it. I'm just playing Marineland, Dad.